Solo hiking. It's not for everyone, but if you can get over those fears, which at the end of the day are baseless fears until they actually happen, if you can get over that, as I have over the years, it can be a tremendous benefit, not only physically but also mentally. Obviously, if you're hiking long distances, you are building up physical health, but you're also at the same time building up your mental health. As with most things, it's best to start off in baby steps and work your way towards that solo hike, 6, 7, 10 day solo hike that you'd love to do but you're not quite confident yet. One crucial element which also helps your confidence is the gear you're going to take with you. Whatever it is, a tent, you can put it up, strip it down in a matter of minutes. When the weather's bad, you're going to have to do that anyway. Setting up your cooking system, everything has got to be like clockwork, and that alone will help with your confidence, because as much as you do plan your solo hike, and obviously it takes more planning, things can come undone quite quickly. That's where the confidence comes in to handle any situation you find yourself in, and also your fellow hikers. You might meet a fellow hiker on the trail at some stage and they're not feeling too well, and they ask you for support to help them out, which you're going to have to do. So you're going to need that confidence to do that as well as the confidence to look after yourself. So when something does happen, there's no one to ask. You're the one. You have to make the decisions. As an older hiker, I have to be a bit more mentally resilient. In saying that, don't think about things until they actually happen. When I first started off solo hiking, I was worried about the loneliness factor. How would I go on my own for long periods of time, camping on my own, maybe being on my own most of the day? How would I cope with that? That was the thought that was going through my head. But as it turned out, that thought was absolutely baseless. I had no trouble whatsoever being on my own. In fact, I loved it. It's not to say I like being a hermit, but I enjoyed my own company. Now, the one thing I didn't think of, while that thought pushed every other thought out of my mind, the one thing that started to play on me is, I'm on my own hiking in this situation. What if I slip on these rocks? What if I lose my way? What if that? Now, that was probably something worth thinking about, and I did think about it, but that thought was pushed out of my mind completely, because I was more concerned about the loneliness factor. So that's something you have to be aware of as well. don't let thoughts overtake you. You have all these thoughts, what if this, what if that, because most things never happen anyway. So try and keep those thoughts to a minimum, if you can, of course. That begs the question, how do you get the confidence to do long distance hiking on your own? Well, there's only one way, like everything else. You have to jump in and try it. As I've mentioned before, baby steps. Obviously you're not going to launch into a trek off of any designated path for a week or more. Obviously not, that's going to come a lot later. But that's how you get the confidence. You hike one day on your own, 2 days, 3 days, and build yourself up till you reach the confidence to do whatever distance you feel like doing. And obviously that doesn't apply to everybody. Some people have no problems whatsoever. It means absolutely nothing. If you said to them about solo hiking and what about it, they'd say, well, you just do it. It's like falling off a log to them. When there's 2 or more of you, you almost cajole each other. This is what we should do. Yeah, I don't want to, but yeah, we're going to anyway. But when you're on your own, you have to be aware of all these safety issues as well. Be open and honest with the fellow hikers that you meet, because then you're going to learn all the tips and tricks from your fellow hikers who may know a hell of a lot more than you do, experience a lot more things than you do, particularly when you're starting off.